Hey, we got a bit more information about No Rest for the Wicked and what is for its future of No Rest for the Wicked. Not to be confused, chat, with hotfix number 4. Hotfix number 4 is going to be a smaller hotfix, which will probably come out tonight. Not that I have any insider info or anything, but hotfix number 4 might be out tonight or tomorrow. Here we go. Patch 1 preview. Hey folks, we're getting closer to wrapping up hotfix number 4. And once that's out the door, we're going to slow things down a bit to focus on more substantial changes. Patch 1 will be the first of those bigger updates. This post is a breakdown of where we're aiming to get into patch 1. Some of it is polished, some of it is structural stuff, and a lot of it comes directly from your feedback you've been giving us since launch of the breach. I just went over some of the internal discussions we had and used ChatGPT to make a nice little summary. This stuff is still subject to change, but I thought it would be helpful for if everyone will get a first idea of what we've been discussing internally. I would like to give my thanks to Mr. Thomas and the whole team. I think it's really nice to see a lot of this communication back and forth between community and developer. That is rare to see. That is extremely rare to see. To see this sort of like feedback, and it's a constant thing. It's like almost every day we get something new from these developers. Hopefully it never slows down, because I am addicted to reading these things that come out weekly or daily. Realm, so this for hotfix number 4, chat, I think they've discussed we'll probably go back to hotfix number 4 after a bit, but this is patch 1. Realm tiers, difficulty option. One of the bigger ideas we're testing is the introduction of realm tiers, basically a different difficulty system. This came out of internal discussions around how Elden Ring had a much broader audience than previous Soul games, partly because it was more accessible. We want to give players the ability to pick a tier that feels right for them. This should make the game less punishing for new players, while still allowing more experienced folks to crank up the challenge. We love that. Options are always welcome. I welcome options always. Native utility runes. Utility runes aren't used too much by players, even though they're incredibly useful. He's talking about healing, illuminate, return, etc. We see a lot of players complaining about running out of food, not even realizing that there is other ways to heal yourself already implemented. So we want to address that in a cool way. Here's what we're changing. You'll have access to a basic heal aura rune by default, bound to RT plus X. You'll be able to equip up to 4 utility runes at Eleanor that will always be available no matter what weapon you're using. The gesture wheel is moving to hold select, and tapping select will bring up the map. This would clean up the whole utility stick problem and make utility runes a lot more desirable. So chat, right now what we have is the right trigger. The right trigger brings up a little wheel that lets you do an emote in the game. That will be rebound now to allow utility runes. You will no longer need to sacrifice a rune slot in your weapons or a throwaway weapon. You'll just have a utility button now, that when you hit right trigger on your controller or whatever button that is on your mouse and keyboard, when you hit that, you'll be able to illuminate. You'll be able to put 4 utility runes. I'm gonna guess people are going to use heal, return, probably illuminate. I don't know if that's considered a utility rune, which is really nice. It's going to be free. That's awesome. Yeah, I really like that. That's a very nice welcome change. Free fast travel between whispers. One of the more common requests lets us travel between discovered whispers. So that's exactly what we're doing. In patch 1, you'll be able to travel freely between all unlocked whispers, not just the last one you touched. I've recently talked about my hesitation about free fast travels and mentioned that it might hurt the Alive system. But since the Alive system doesn't have all the features we ultimately want yet, we will make this change for now. That's a very good compromise. So my best advice to everybody is don't get too comfortable with free teleports. So when patch 1.0 releases, you're not dumbfounded that, oh my God, why can't I teleport? The reason they're making this change right now is because there is no Alive system yet. There is no Alive system yet, but when they want to incorporate a Alive system, and some of you guys are probably puzzled by what the hell does Alive mean? That means when you're running from Sacrament all the way to the Shallows, the first area, you can encounter an event that happens. This event is probably a dragon that comes by, spits fire, and you have to fight the dragon, and a real-time event that happens. That is an Alive system. With removing that walk that you have to do, you essentially kill the Alive system. So using a teleport from one whisper to another kills that distance traveled, which will kill events that can possibly happen spontaneously. They could work around it though. You know, they could work around the fact that the event happens once you get to the Shallows. And once you travel to the Shallows, when you walk a little bit, the event can happen. So there is ways they could work around the events that happen in the real time. That doesn't necessarily kill the Alive system, but I'll let the developers handle that one. They know what they're doing. Also, ultimately, we will allow players to customize the realms so that we create more of a D&D feeling where players can get a ton of replayability out of the Wicked with different rule sets each time. I think that would especially be cool for co-op. Gem extraction at Eleanor. We're adding a way to remove gems from weapons at Eleanor. Currently, once a gem is slotted, that's it. You're locked in. In patch 1, you'll be able to extract them and try different builds without worrying about ruining a weapon. Hopefully, this extends to armors as well and not just weapons. I would love this to be a thing that we can work around for armors as well. Maybe that is what they meant and they just went for weapons. Yeah. Let's see. Ledge protection for rune attacks. We already have some ledge protection in place for normal melee combos, but rune attacks still lets you fling yourself off of a cliff easily. That's getting addressed. Rune attacks will no longer ignore ledge safety. That's very good. Fall damage tweaks. We already know about the fall damage tweaks, right? The current fall damage formula is pretty punishing. If you drop off of something slightly too high, you get chunked hard. We're easing that curve so smaller falls don't hurt us so much. You'll still die from extreme falls, so no cheesing, but the in-between stuff will be fairer. Range gameplay pass. A lot of feedback came around how range builds feel punished right now. Having everything cost focus means you constantly force into melee just to regenerate. We're looking at separating that. Basic ranged bows, basic spells will use stamina instead of focus. We'll tune damage and attack speeds to avoid range builds, deleting enemies before they reach you. The goal is to let range feel like a valid playstyle again. This one is difficult and might not make it, but we're trying our best to address the issue. Input delays and fixes. Some users have reported some input delay issues. We're investigating and we'll fix that. Oh my god, yes. And controller shit too. Sometimes you tap A once and it does it twice. And I'm pretty sure it's not only me. A lot of my chat has reported that happening when doing exalt items. It would be nice if we can get like another confirmation message before, just in those cases where it happens, where you hit A twice or you hit the button to accept and it registers twice, because that happens a lot. And to my chat, I'm pretty sure it's not just a me issue. I hope it's not, because my chat has also reported that this is a problem when exalting an item or when changing an affix with a fallen ember. You accidentally change the wrong one because there is no extra confirmation. If there's already 2 in place, add a 3rd one, please. Yeah. Parry feedback improvements. We've heard that parrying doesn't feel as satisfying as it could, especially when compared to games like Sekiro and Elden Ring. This is mostly a presentation issue. Virtual effects, sound effects, camera shake. So we'll do a quick polish pass to make parries hit harder and feel better to land. That'd be nice. You know what would be kind of cool too for gameplay purposes? Since landing a parry can be a little tricky and not everybody is going to be able to do it, maybe giving people like a little speed boost, a little EXP boost for like 5 to 6 seconds right after a successful parry would be awesome. Along with the virtual effects, the sound effects, something else that is rewarding for the player that can be seen, tangible, like an EXP boost or like a speed boost or something that is built into the game. I would like to see that. It would make parrying feel better. I already like parrying in this game. I think it's great already, but yeah, that's just my input. Loot that matches the challenge. Right now, loot is fully RNG, even from hard to reach shinies. That doesn't feel great. We're making certain shinies as special and giving them as much better loot table if something was a pain to get. I like that. You know, would be a nice little addition too, that if there's a loot on the ground that is worth getting, that it also has like a yellow thing. All the loot looks blue on the ground. Be nice if the chests, the good chests, were like more explosion and yummy. And all the good blue bubbles would be like, if it had a legendary weapon in there, it would be gold. And the sound effect of collecting a unique would be nice if it had a different sound. More weekly bounties and challenges. There are currently not enough weekly quests. And once you finish them, that's it until the reset. We're going to add more weekly bounties and challenges to fill the gap and give players more goals. That's good. To chase between major content drops. Yeah. Missing tutorials. A lot of tutorials didn't make it to the Breach update. We're adding those for patch 1. Okay, that's good. Better grinding flow. There's a lot of feedback that farming for resources feels grindy compared to how often you're actually fighting things. We're looking to a few things here. Rebalancing drop rates and crafting costs, possibly adding a little interactive mechanics like Paper Mario's timing events to make farming a bit more fun. More side content post Sacrament. Right now, when players hit Sacrament, the only next step is a Nameless Pass, which is a pretty steep level jump if you're coming in early. We want to add something in between, that kind of optional content that helps players level up a bit without... That's cool. Quest rewards would be nice too. You know, like a quest reward that gives you a fallen ember when completing this one quest. A quest reward that gives you an a skill point when completing this one quest. You know, like quest rewards are pretty nice incentive, and it feels good to get that. Like, oh my god, I need to do this because I want to get this this ring or something. It could also help players a lot if you complete a quest early on and it gives you a ring that is absolutely good, like not the ring of determination, but like a focus ring or something. Some players would equip it. Cleaning up realm cheesing. People are still creating fresh realms just to refarm items they couldn't find in their main one. That tells us we need to make loot drops more predictable, make it obvious where to find what. Every major activity in the game should be solid farming path for something specific. I agree. Housing, chests, carpets, and naming. Small quality of life thing, but useful for decorators. We're adding small carpets you can place under your chest with icons to help you remember what chest is for what. Stretch goal, allow naming chests so you don't have to memorize your layout. You can also add tabs to the chest. That's, I don't know how, like if that's I think that's a good thing, tabs. Like if you buy a chest that has 40 slots and an additional tab, So equal 80 tabs combined, but you have tabs. That would clean up some of the clutter in the game of having a bunch of chests in there. Patch 1 is shaping up to be a pretty big one, and most of what is here comes directly from player feedback. So thanks for continuing to share your thoughts and frustration. We're listening and we're excited to keep pushing the game forward with you. Hey, chat, that looks really nice. We like what we see. Yeah. Guys, don't forget to leave a positive review on Steam if you're enjoying this game. Hey, I kind of need a little bit of help. How about you help me out? Hit that follow, subscription button, all the good stuff. Yeah, comment and like, possibly, maybe. Please.